Alrighty then. I'm here. Hello, Arch Center. How you doing? It looks like you did make it. I did just see your membership thing in the back end. For whatever reason, YouTube does not send out notifications when someone subscribes to you or joins your YouTube thing through the YouTube thing. So I had no clue you joined. So I'll make sure I get you added to the shout out page. Get you your perks. That I don't know why YouTube doesn't go through and actually send you out like an email. It doesn't make any sense. Hey Chris, how you doing? If I can get a yay or nay on the audio, I'd be appreciative. Fix my collar. I'm gonna do a little bit of amateur scripting tonight as usual. Ah, Peter, yay, question mark. You get me that with that every week. Oops. All right. I'm going to be here for about an hour tonight, probably. Probably till about 8:30-ish. And my Giants won. Excellent. Best record in baseball. All right. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started because there's quite a bit I want to get done. So let me see here. Let me get the fancy dancy janky ass stream deck working here. Let's see. 2 here. Yeah, there we go. All right. So what I'm going to be doing is creating a script for sxetroot because I'm thinking about abandoning SL status. At least that's the plan. And the reason behind that is just kind of to get pared down on some of the things that I have running that are outside of my control. That, or at least that are written in C, because I want to put some stuff here that's written in Bash. That's the plan anyways. So alright. We do an ls here. We should be able to do see vim mybar.sh. The hell is poking me in the wrist? Alright, so let's see here. So first we need a shebang. So /bin/bash. And then I'm going to make a list of the widgets that I would like to have. So I'd like a CP widget, an update widget, probably a memory widget. And then I have a mail widget, a weather widget. I'm calling it a widget. Supposedly these would be modules, I guess. It doesn't matter. A clock, obviously. I think that's it. Let me cd/user local bin here. Do ls. Oh, I could do like a CPU temperature one if I have time. I think that's it. Go through these. Mail, memory. Oh, MPD is a good one. We did the Pac-Man one. We did the memory one. Temp time. Uptime is another good one. I don't know if I really need it or not, but I might put it in there. Oh, and volume is another good one. That's not how you spell volume. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay, close that. So that should be quite a bar when I get done with it. So, and then at the end, we need this. I'm going to be copying this from somewhere else. So sleep 1 and sxetroot dash name. And then variables. And then done. Okay. And then it's just a matter of going up here. I think I will need an interval variable. Equals 0 or 1, I think. 1, I think, is the right answer there. No, I was wrong. 0 is going to be what it is. All right. So, let's see. These are going to be functions. So, we got parentheses and then brackets. Parentheses and brackets. And let's see, parentheses. Oh, wait a minute, there's no space in between these, so that's gotta go back this way. Parentheses and brackets. Parentheses and brackets. The weather one's the only one I don't know if I'm going to be able to get work, because that is a Python script. So I'm going to be calling a Python script from a bash script. I think I can do that. I think it's something like Python 3, then the path to the script, but we'll see if that works or not. I don't know. And that one I may have to write some kind of crappy or weird thing in order to get it to update a reasonable amount of time, because I don't want it to update like every second. I don't know whether or not I will get that done tonight or not. We'll see. These don't need to be in any certain order, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going through, and this will not be pure bash. This is going to be calling several outside programs. Oops. Also, they have to. I know that the CPU temp one's going to have an underscore in it, because these have to be single names. So this has to be CPU underscore temp, but I think I'm just going to call it actually temp, because I already have a CPU here. So good. All right. So now, let me check this chat. Sorry if I haven't seen the chat, so no chats yet. Hello, Bruce, how you doing? Welcome to the insanity stream. If you want to call it, the lazy stream. Now it's just a matter of going through my list and actually putting in the scripts that will, or the commands that will do these things. So CPU is something like this. CPU value, let's call it that. Oh, it doesn't have to have a $sign. I always mix that up. You use the $sign when you're calling the variable, not when you're defining it. Equals $sign, quotation marks, and then you get the CPU frequency, or whatever it is, or I guess percentage of CPU used, by using grep -o. And yes, I looked this up earlier. I put that on. I have all these things on a list on my other screen, and I could go through and actually copy and paste them, but it's just makes me feel like I'm actually doing this when I type it. So probably will mean that I'll make typo mistakes. And then brackets, and then another one of these things, and a space, and then a star. I have no clue what that is. I had to look it up. And then ends quotation marks, and then slash proc slash load average. And then end parentheses. And then what we want to do is just print that out. So print F, quotation marks, and then CPU, we'll call it CPU, and then print F. Now, the reason why I'm doing these separately is because I'm going to add some color to this stuff later. And then we'll just call the variable that we just created, so CPU underscore value. Okay, and there's the CPU one. Now, updates. So there's I think it's just a regular script, but if you do check updates on Arch, it'll actually go through and check updates and tell you how many updates, it'll list the updates that you have. So then it would just be a matter of doing this, WC-L, I think is what it is. Yeah, and then that will just tell you how many there is. So there's 20 updates. Cool, huh? All right. Once again, I'll go back to the chat. Yeah, they can be pain. The thing I'm going to have the hardest time with this bar is getting it to up the individual like modules to update at reasonable times, because I don't want to go through and have them update like every second. That's going to be a pain in the ass. I'm assuming you're talking about the number of packages. Yeah, there's a ton of them because I have like every window manager installed. And KDE. Like half of those are KDE. Plasmas installed here. So, alright, so updates then is just going to be updates equals, let's see, $, parentheses, check updates, like I just did, and then pipe that into WC-L, and then print. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do is, because sometimes this number is going to be 0, so we'll have ourselves an if statement here, if, and then this thing here does, so space dash Z, and then the name of the variable, so updates, and then semicolon, and then so basically what this means is if this here is 0, then we're going to print F, question marks, no updates. Okay, and then else, print F, oops, and then we'll echo the updates variable, and then updates. Okay, and then we'll end the if statement. All right, that's updates. That was easy enough. You need a space in between here just to be consistent. Memory is a little different, if I remember right. Because we're going to be using some awk and some sed, unfortunately. So we're going to... I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Is this the same as DWM blocks? I only used DWM blocks for a little while. But that'd be written in C, I believe. And this is Bash. And using other programs in Bash. Yeah, Plasma is fantastic. It just has a lot of packages. Most of these scripts that I'm using here are actually things that I use in SL status, and then just use the run command in SL status, but I'm just kind of cutting out the middleman. Okay, so the reason why I don't have it do the auto updates is because I want to be in full control when the updates happen. Like, I want to know when that, you know, does that. I'm going to do it myself. Because then if at least if it breaks, I'm there for it. I don't want it to happen like at 3 o'clock in the morning while I'm sleeping. Then I wake up to a botch system. I know it won't install them and just will download them, but I'd still prefer just to be there. All right. So memory is just going to be using free. I know there's a way to get the use memory the same way you do the CPU stuff by reading a file, but free's just easier. So what we'll do here is, so let's just cut this down a little bit, just call it mem. And there has to be a space here. So eventually I'll put an icon here, but right now I don't need an icon. So we'll do print f. It's weird that I don't have this as a variable when I wrote it down. So I'm going to do this. So mem equals $, parentheses, and then free -h, and then pipe that into awk, and then slash mem slash can't type worth a damn, brackets space print $3, and then space this out. No. And then pipe again and said replace I//G, and then I'm missing a, oh, that's because that doesn't need to be there. Okay, so I think I have that right. Probably gonna, because I wrote this down not as a variable, but what we should then be able to do is print f $ mem, and that should be it. Now I'll go back to the chat. Yeah, this is going to be sxetroot. It's down there at the bottom. See, I'm back on QWERTY, Bruce. So Colmac is messing with my head a little bit, but yes, I'm back on QWERTY. There'll be a video tomorrow about my 5-day experience with Colmac. I gave it 5 days. And it wasn't the typing that drove me away. It was the keyboard bindings. Yeah, Plasma really does need to be on its own. When I installed this version of Arco, I said screw it, and I just installed everything. Like everything except for GNOME and Mate are here. Actually, I think I have Mate installed now that I think about it. Maybe it was Cinnamon that I chose not to install. I don't even remember. But I installed everything. I really regret it because it has... When you install Plasma through the Arco installer, it installs every KDE Plasma package. Like every single KDE suite of applications. It's ridiculous. So... I've showed this on stream before. Oops. I actually have to be on the right thing. But if you go down here and just type in K, it's going to eventually, we'll scroll down to all the K. So it starts here. Right here. And with K address book, and just goes on and on and on and on and on. It's still going. Yeah, still going, still going, still going. K right, and then there. That's where it ends. That's ridiculous, right? So, yeah, that's my experience with Plasma. Anyways, all right, so I need to do the mail thing. I always forget. I believe my mail script, so I'm going to vim into /user. Oops. user local bin, and then new mail, I believe it's. So this is the thing that I need to type here. So I need to type in, let's see here. What do I do? Mail equals $, parentheses, and then find /home username .local /share mail /star. That way it counts both of those, because I have 2 accounts, so that will go through and do this for both of those directories. And then inbox, and then new, type F, and then pipe that into WC-L. And that will output the number of new mails. So, and then what I'm going to do here that I didn't actually have over here is do if, and then -z $mail. I believe that'll work. And then print F no mail, else print F $mail unread. Okay, and then end the if statement. Okay. Oops. Yeah, that works. All right. So we'll put a space in between here. I'm skipping weather for now, because weather is going to be the biggest pain in the ass. Because again, that is going to be... You love the theme. You talking about this rice? Yeah, that's not going to stay for very much longer. I've gotten sick of the purple already. It's only been 2 weeks. I'm going to go something a little bit less bright. And I never really did perfect the Vim theme or the theme for the terminal, which is sad. So date is going to be fairly easy. That is just going to use the date command, or the clock is going to use the date command. So, oops. All right. So this was clock equals $ parentheses date, and then this is plus a comma, so that's the date, and then %i, that's going to be the 12-hour clock, and then the minute, and then %p for AM PM. I do have a space in there usually. Okay, so close that, close that. Okay, and then what we just do is print F $clock. Okay, and that is that. Now the CPU temperature one is going to be another one that I'm going to skip, because I'm going to have to look up. If you have that thing refreshed too often, it just burns through a ton of resources, so I may end up just not doing a temperature one. So MPD is another one that I have here. So I'm going to vim into /user local bin mpd.sh, I believe. Yeah. This is going to be fairly easy, so we just space, so we'll call it, really I only need the artist, so we'll just call this mpd equals $, and then parentheses mpc, oops, c, current -f % title, And I don't need the artist. And then we'll just do print F ED. Oops, needs a dollar sign. Easy enough. Now I also have an uptime one here. So them uptime. Wait a minute. Do I not have uptime? An uptime script? I thought I did. I have an uptime icon. I thought I had an uptime script. Apparently I don't. Actually, I'm wondering if I don't have it in the path. CD download scripts. LS. Uptime. Yep. There it is. There we go. Oh, that's uglier balls. Holy shit. You can tell I wrote that. Look at all those seds. Oh, and I actually did go through and clean up the seds after Terminal for Life said not to use sub processes or whatever the hell it's called. Let me go back to check the chat. Grubbox. I've never been a fan of Grubbox. I'm thinking about going back to OneDark, though, is what I think I'm going to. That's what I think I'm going to end up doing. All right, so I don't even know if I... That's just an awful lot of shit to type. I suppose I could go through and actually, you know, see if this will copy and paste. And it did. Nice. Although I added some extra spaces there. They really don't... I don't think you need those. Those spaces aren't there in the original. So I wonder why I added them here. Okay, I don't need this. Oops. That's better. Alright. And then... I used to be like that too, not wanting to configure the window managers myself. I just stole someone else's configs, or appropriated. And then we should just do, we print F and then $UPT. And then we can get rid of this. I'm going to need to bring that right back to get to the volume one. Okay. Yep, I'm going to have to go right back to that. CD download scripts, then volume.sh. At least that's a little bit better looking. I'm still going to copy and paste it, though. Because seriously, that set is ridiculous. And I'm positive I did not write that. I'm pretty sure I copy and pasted that from somewhere. I would have never came up with that set at all. Okay. There's no actual space there. Oh, that's because it's on a separate line. That's the reason why I added those spaces. Alright. Now, what we should be able to do is print F $vol. Okay. Alright. So that's everything except for CPU temperature, which I'm going to comment out for now. And also weather, which I'm going to comment out for now. That way. Oops. Make sure I go through these and make sure I've closed everything that I need to close. Yeah, DWM is fantastic, but it definitely has a curve for you if you don't know any C. Or C++, I should say. Which was me. Like, I still don't know a lot of C++, just what I've learned from DWM. Let's see. Open, close, memory, mail. I'm sure I'm going to have a typo here somewhere. Alright, so anyways, we're going to go down here. What we're going to do is open up a vertical split, because we never get a chance to use a vertical split. And oops, I forgot that I did that. I added some key bindings to my Vim, or my NVim config today, and I apparently have duplicates. Okay, so normally I'd be using Control L to go for my Vim, but apparently I made Control L to move a line up twice. So what we'll be doing is writing this, make sure it's written. And then I think I'm going to actually end up having to go change that. Let's see, cd.config nvim key bindings, maybe? I think that was in the key bindings thing. Vim key bindings. Yeah, I'm just going to comment these out for now. And then we'll go back to here. Oops, wrong one. And then do... Alright, and then now I should be able to use... There we go. Now I can navigate between my splits. And then back over here. Change word. So, let's see here. Then it's just a matter of calling the variables. So what we're going to do first is $MPD. And then $updates. And then $mem. Actually spell that right. Oops. And then $mail. And we'll come back. The clock should be the last one. Uptime. So $uptime and $volume and $clock. Oops, that was a pound sign, Matt. Clock. Okay. Now, I think that's all of them. Let's go back over here and find out. We did CPU. We did not do CPU. So I have to add CPU in there. We did updates, mem, mail, clock, MPD, uptime, volume. So the only one we didn't do was CPU. So go back here That can be after mem. So $sign. Oops, yeah. I had it right. And I did it wrong. Funny. Alright. Now, we'll quit this. And then we'll do ./mybar.sh. And if we did this right, up in the bar, something should show up. And we got errors. Line 67, done. Okay, oops. What did I do wrong there? Is it... Oh, I'm dumb. You gotta do this. I missed something here. So while true do. There we go. And we'll add a space here so that these aren't right on top of each other. Now we got nothing. We got nothing. It did take the DWM version away. That means I have a syntax error somewhere that's actually does parse, but doesn't actually go through and display. So that means I typed something wrong. Probably could use the sleep thing for the weather too. I don't know. I've never tried that. All right, so I need to cancel this. And we're gonna vent back in here and go through it again, I guess line by line, and see what the hell's going on. I missed something here. For some reason it didn't go through, and oh, you wonder what those have to be in parentheses, Matt. Oh, I'm dumb. I have a plugin that will actually do this, but I don't know how to use it. I don't know why I even have it installed if I don't know how to use it. Isn't that hilarious? Alright. I'm hoping that this is the problem. Alright, now we'll quit this here. I don't even know if that's going to fix it or not. We're going to find out right here and right now. Oh, we have an error type. It's going to be it's in the mail section. Apparently I mistyped that. Okay. Okay, so back up here to mail. Then need to be like type F5. So let's see here. Vim/user local bin new mail. Oh, it's dash type. Okay. I missed the little dash thing. Make sure that that was it. Dash F WC dash L. Okay. Now, make sure it still was fine. Yeah. That should work. Alright. Try again. Still no. Updates. Updates not found. Command not found. Okay. So it's that. Oops, that's gonna be the wrong one. So somewhere here I did let's see, UPD. See, I did it. I just called it update and not updates. So here I need to delete the S. This is literally, I'm going through and fixing typos right now. Still nothing. Well, color me confused. Hmm. I don't know if the it could be the indentation that's messing me up. All right. Well, obviously we're not getting any errors there. I did use SL status before, but I'm just, you know, going through and trying to become a little bit more independent and a little bit better at Bash. All right. What time is it? It's 8:14. All right. I can't tell that because I have no bar. Okay. So we're gonna vim back into my bar.sh and so let's see here. While true, do sleep one and sxetroot dash name. And then quotation marks, and then the variables, and then there's an extra space here from what I have typed out on my list. I don't think that that's going to be the problem, though. Volume. When I find the problem, it's going to be really stupid. Be like a stupid typo. Usually when you get a typo, it will give you an error. Okay. Interval equals 0. I had that written down right. The CPU one. So grep-o quotation marks caret bracket caret space bracket asterisk quotation marks /proc /load average and parentheses, and then printf. Okay. Update. Okay, so I really do need to be more, more consistent here. Either use updates or don't use updates. I know that's not the problem, but still. Check updates. WC-L. If -z quotation marks $updates quotation marks space brackets semicolon, then print f no updates, else printf updates. Okay, that should be fine. And if bracket memory bracket mem equals $free-m-h is what I used. Is that what I have written down? Because usually I use -m. I think h is fine. I got, let's see here, free-h, pipe into awk, single quote, /caret mem space slash print space $3 space single quotes pipe into sed, replace the I slash and do that globally. See, look at this. We have ourselves. Oh, I don't actually need the. That's the thing, is I don't actually need. That was the one that I didn't use as a variable when I wrote it down. So I shouldn't need a quotation mark here. Because it's just printing it out like this. So that should be fine. Alright. Sorry, I'm ignoring the chat here. Alright. Alright, so there's not a space here in between, but that really shouldn't make a difference. But we'll see. Mail, $, quotation mark, or parentheses, find, and then we have the path, which is the way it should be, dash type F, pipe it into that should be fine. If mail, that looks appropriate. Let me tell you, I'm not finding a mistake here. Print F, mail, $ mail, unread. Clock. Okay, there's a space in between here that doesn't need to be, but I don't think that's going to be a problem, but we'll see. The date. Let's see here. So that's date, single quotes, plus parentheses A. There's another one. Parentheses A, comma, parentheses I, colon, parentheses M, parentheses P, close quote, close bracket, or close parentheses, clock, C-L-O-C-K. Okay, there was another mistake there. Okay, and then MPD. MPC current dash F, title, percentage both sides, print F MPD, uptime. And I copied and pasted that, so that should be fine. And then $UPT. Okay, and again, there's not a space here. Volume, quotation marks, $. Does there need to be quotation marks around those? Maybe that's where I went wrong. I don't have quotation marks around here, around on my notes. So, oops. Okay. I don't know whether or not that's going to make a difference or not. I think you can do it either way. And then, let's see here. Check the while true, semicolon, do, sleep 1, and an xsetroot dash name. And then variables. We changed this back to updates. I think that's going to be... Alright, we're going to give this a try again. Still nothing. Still nothing. I don't know what's going wrong. Alright, well, you want to know what? We'll do this. sxetroot dash name echo hello. Actually, I don't. Hello world. I don't know if that's if you need echo or not. No, you don't. Yeah, so obviously sxetroot is working just fine because that showed up fine. So it's not as if something else is blocking it from showing up. This is why I hate bash scripting, because I'm really, really bad at it. And I went through this before the stream and did all this research so that the stream would go smoothly. We could try that. Let's just sxetroot dash name npc dash f. I think that's what that is. Current dash f percent title percent, and close that. I didn't actually go through and run the script though. It just printed that out. I'm sure there's something that you have to do in order to do it right. Okay. So what am I doing wrong? Dash name. All right. Okay. Do. Because really all that's doing is, all right, so let's, you want to know it one at a time. We have the CPU one, so let's just go through and just do the CPU one. Going the wrong direction. So we just do the CPU one. And then we'll start. Probably should have just done the clock one because we know the clock one will work. /mybar. That worked. So the CPU one works. Okay. It's not formatted correctly, but that's okay. All right. So CPU one works. Okay. So we'll add in $, parentheses, MPD, and /mybar.sh, and MPD works. Okay. And then we'll add updates. I wonder if this is going to be the problem, because in my writing down, I don't have these in parentheses. /mybar. That didn't work. Bet you it's the updates then. I bet you I'm going to have to go through and put that interval in there. use that interval shit that I wrote down that I didn't understand. All right. / my bar. Oops, not / vim my bar sh. Okay. And then $, parentheses. Let's see here. Mem. Let's do all of them except for updates. $. We'll do a couple. We won't do all of them. Mail. / my bar sh. Yeah, that worked out well. Okay, good. All right. And then, oops. $. All right. So we did mail. So let's do uptime next. Uptime and volume. Volume. And while we're here, I'll add a percentage sign after this. I don't think I'm actually going to need it. I think it's in this. Actually, I am going to do that. All right. Okay, and then we'll write and quit this again. / again. And I get no change. Okay, so that volume one, there's something going to be wrong with the volume one too. Let's delete the volume one and see if I get the uptime showing up. Answer to that is no. So the uptime one is also broken. All right, so you notice the ones that were broken were the ones that I copied and pasted. Yeah, I should type those. Okay. All right, let me go check the chat. All right. -- name is for string. Is that the reason why that didn't actually go through and execute? That's probably right. All right, so vim, oops. Vim my bar sh. Okay, so the ones that didn't go through. So uptime is also not working. And I'm not actually sure why. But let's try and put in some of the other ones. So, put the clock here. Is the only other one that I have, really. MPD, CPU, mem, mail, and clock. / my bar sh. And the clock showed up. So those are the ones that work. The other ones are all broken for some reason. Okay. So I wonder why. So let's see. Uptime and volume aren't working. So there's something weird with those. Hi Ryan, how you doing? What time is it? It's 8:32. So I got about another 10-15 minutes before I have to bow out. So MPD was working, clock worked, mail worked just fine. Let me see if that changes. appropriately. Let's see if that updates. Oh, it's not running, so probably won't update, dumbass. That's okay. But anyways, mail worked. Memory was working fine. Updates is not working fine. Which it really should. There's nothing wrong with updates. Updates. But I'm guessing that gonna have to have the interval variable set for it to check. And then the CPU worked fine. Okay, that's gonna take some more troubleshooting. And I think I'm pretty much done for now. I'm kind of sick of it. I thought I would get a bit farther along, but then I didn't think I was going to have so many problems because, like I said, I went through and did all that research earlier to try things to go smoothly. But of course, that didn't, you know, pan out as usual. But the plan is to actually use this instead of SL status, just because I'd like to actually go through and keep learning Bash a little bit more. And SL status kind of seems like a cheat. So I'll keep working on this off camera. And then I'm going to start racing DWM again, because I don't like the purple rice anymore. It didn't stick with me very long. Like I said, I didn't go through and perfect the terminal theme or the Vim theme. Both of those were imperfect, so I actually deleted the Vim one. Well, this update script should just be I mean, it's just calling another script, and it worked before when I tried it. So I'm guessing that there's something there that I mistyped. That would be my guess. I mean, I'm staring at it right now, and I don't see anything that's wrong right off the top of my head, but maybe I'll just go through and retype it. Usually when you make a mistake, you can just go through and retype it, and you won't make the same mistake again. It'll be a different mistake. Then maybe that mistake will be easier to see. But anyways, I'm done for this week. I don't know what I will talk about next week in the stream. It took me all week this week just to come up with this idea, so maybe I'll perfect whatever Bash challenge I decide to come up with for the podcast. So the upcoming podcast that will be released on Friday is a Bash challenge where Tyler and I are each have been challenged to do something cool with Bash. And we've been working on it now for 2 months, maybe 6 weeks. And I procrastinated. So that's what I'm going to be working on all week long, is trying to get my Bash challenge thing working. If that goes as well as this Bash scripting went, we're in for a sad trombone. Anyways, before I go, I'd like to take a moment to thank my current patrons and supporters: Devon, Chris, Marcus, Meglin, Donnie, Sven, East Coast Web, Caleb Devils, Mitchell, Mr. Fox, American Camp. Also, Arch Center here on YouTube. Eventually, I'll get you added to this as well. Like I said, for whatever reason, YouTube does not send out an email when you get support on YouTube. It doesn't make any sense. Like, how am I supposed to know I have new members if you don't send me an email? It's dumb. Anyways, thanks everybody for your support and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.